So California decided to help out their alliance of the South, Sonora, and there's a big battle going on inside of Mexico. And this is what that war is looking like. It actually seems to be somewhat evenly matched. I know that California is kind of running away with it at this point, as well as they do have another alliance member down here towards the south. But let's not underestimate Estado Mexico. Estado Mexico is not bad, although they are fighting off some rebels. What kind of rebels are these? They are noble rebels. I mean, I don't know. It is going to be close. Well, here's already a 32 stack that's coming in, and a 24 stack might be coming to reinforce as well. This might not be good for Mexico, but more than likely, Sonora or their ally would more than likely be the main beneficiaries of this war. It probably won't go to, I don't think any land will go to California. It's unlikely, that is, because, I mean, they do have some claims, but Sonora has more claims, and so does, I don't even want to pronounce this one. I know that the J is supposed to be pronounced like an H, Jalisco? Is that right? That kind of sounds right. I don't know. Oh, they're probably trying to regain some of their cores too. So you know what? This is probably going to be the biggest beneficiary of this war. Sonora might grab a thing or two, but nothing too much. But yeah, look at that. Estado de Mexico has almost a 30 stack. But California is already out here. I believe they've brought in their reinforcements too. So obviously that's not good. There are a few more, there are a few more regiments still coming down from the south. Uh-oh. What's Lincoln doing right here? Lincoln dealing with their own noble rebels. So, I don't know. This kind of looks like there was like a civil war in Washington. That's kind of cool. The eastern half just broke off into Lincoln, and then, Washington is still, Washington, at least in the west. So are noble rebels just popping up everywhere or what? These are separatists, actually. These are the Northwest Territory separatists. Anything else that's going on? Have they always been here? Manitoba? I don't know if they've always been here. But no one has taken them out just yet. Yeah, you know what? They've had that alliance with British Columbia for a while. Also, I do want to check in because there have been a few wars that have gone, or I guess a few years that have gone by over the break. First of all, Ohio got completely eaten up by Virginia. Virginia's looking really good. Once again, the South really starting to run away with, well, not really run away, but run away with this region at least. The map is looking more and more interesting every single year because there's just states are becoming bigger and bigger. And who would have guessed someone like Wyoming would still exist at this point? I think everyone else that seems likely. I mean, I think it's unlikely. I don't think anyone predicted that Texas would get completely crushed like the way they did. But I mean, that's just what happens sometimes. But yeah, Ohio is now gone from the game. We have a big Protestant League war going on in Central Europe between Bohemia and Austria. Right now, Bohemia is losing that. No big surprise there. But yeah, that's pretty huge going on in Central Europe right now. Yeah, there's nothing. Oh, is Jalisco? Oh, that war is over with California. Wow, they ended that fast. What happened? Yeah, Sonora just grabbed a huge chunk of land. I don't think. Did California end up taking anything? It doesn't look like it, no. It was mainly just Sonora that took most of this stuff. You better watch it, though, California, because there's a claim. Sonora has a claim on Baja California. So watch it. I figured that alliance would break down at some point. Actually, this was a former core of theirs. Maybe California did take some land away. Well, either way. Oh, is this war still going on? Yeah, it is. Never mind. It looks like I'm a little bit confused right now, but it looks like they did get bigger. I don't know. Anyways, I need to check on Australia because some things have happened in Australia. Last time we left off, Victoria was, yeah, okay, bam. So there were a few countries still left in Australia last time we looked over here, but now it is exclusively just Victorian territory. And so there you go. I mean, hey, if Victoria gets up a colonist and they start to colonize, Papua New Guinea, they start going after Indonesian lands, I could see them technically winning this game if we're just going off of superstates and just countries that were added through the Superstate mod, then yeah, Victoria might be doing really, really well. They need to still attack Tasmania, but they could probably colonize New Zealand at this point, and they're safe from just about everybody. I mean, there's... that Tonga looks like... That's right, I always get confused, because that looks like a white, but it's technically, I guess, the same color as this stuff up here. This stuff up here, I'm guessing. It's just not wasteland. Papua New Guinea's a lot of wasteland. But yeah, no, Victoria could possibly win this game. What's going on with Ming? Ooh, Ming is about to blow up, it looks like. Lots and lots of separatists. Yep, Ming will blow. I think so. Muscovy looking really good, capturing all of the eastern half of the Caspian Sea. And then inside of the HRE, I believe this war is still going on. Oh, and England's about to form Great Britain. Whoa, France is not doing too well, fighting both Tuscany. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's because of they're part of that's right, the Protestant war. So, wait a second. Shouldn't they be on the side of, they're on the side of Austria. They're technically winning this, so they probably won't be too bad. But man, this is a huge war. Holy crap. I didn't think it was this much. I thought a lot of those flags were like minors in the HRE, but this is massive. And Austria still has the lead with 27 war scores, so looks like they're going to be fine. That's incredible that ended up happening. So more than likely Protestantism is going to get stomped out here. It looks like it. In terms of religion here in North America, pretty much Mormonism was completely kicked out. I mean, there's still traces of it in Utah and is it Arizona? Yeah, Arizona, formerly Arizona. Protestantism has continued to reach out into the northern states and go a little bit further. Seems like there's a battleground between American baptism and Protestantism right along the border of like former Arkansas. That seems to be the case. Nevada is now in a war against Kansas and Wyoming. That's a big one. Oh, dang. And actually, Nevada's winning this. Indiana also fighting Tennessee, Mississippi, Missouri. Wow. With Pennsylvania on their side. Okay, so we need to cover Indiana and Nevada. Those are the big ones. It looks like Nevada, both of those two countries are going to win this. Or states, I guess I should say. I'm actually really shocked by that because this seems like it'd be a kind of an even war, although Kansas is limited. Keep in mind, Nevada has a lot of claims on all of southern Wyoming. I think British Columbia really provided a lot of support, which I think helped pull Nevada over the edge. Especially because since Kansas wasn't that big to begin with, I think that would be the reason why. They still need a lot more claims, though. They need way more claims. Okay, so the other one is Indiana. So Indiana's been doing really well so far. Are they fighting this by themselves, pretty much? It looks like they are. How are they winning this? I don't expect them to continue to win it. Never mind, they did win it. They probably went straight after Tennessee. Boom, Tennessee is pretty much done. Does Tennessee still have their alliances? But I'd imagine that South Carolina will more than likely attack Tennessee, eliminating them from the game. Probably Georgia too. There's a few one province states that I think will get eaten up by either Florida or South Carolina. Who is Indiana allied to? Wyoming and New England. This is just getting crazier and crazier by the minute. How's California doing? Are they still in their war? They are not. Whoa, what happened here? Things look vastly different than before. Did they end up losing this? Or it looks like Estado de Mexico might have won that. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to the war score, unfortunately. But it looks like Estado de Mexico kind of won it because that one... Oh, there. Yeah, Jalisco is down to 1 or 2 provinces. Holy crap. Yes, don't mess with Estado de Mexico, especially with this alliance. San Luis is doing pretty good. Tama, Sinaloa. I mean, they've got a bunch of alliances. That is good, especially because you got to keep in mind that Estado de Mexico has got to be one of the most... They've got to try to be one of the more powerful provinces or states within North America because they'd be the first on the front lines against the Europeans if they decide to go after Guatemala or Belize, which are highly developed provinces, and they can be continued to be developed. Still no independence here from the West Indies. English West Indies as well. Wait a second. So it looks like there was a colony that formed. I don't know if I established that already, but I forgot, and now I remembered again if I did forget. Yeah, but the English have settled English West Indies. We have the Castilian colony too in the Caribbean, and we're seeing more from France. There goes France. You got to worry about France because they seem to be probably the most powerful right now. Okay, so Nevada's still in their war, and actually, I think they're starting to lose it, or no? They've got a few occupations, and so does Wyoming, though. 36 war score. We'll see if they can keep a hold of that. Indiana looking real good, too. Now they're looking better than ever. They're about to core all of Tennessee. And, I mean, how are they felt towards the south? Because now Indiana and New England, this is a smart alliance to get up. How does Virginia and Ontario feel? So this is how the South can rise again. Is they've got to get an alliance with Ontario, because right now there's Indiana and New England are working together as northern states. However, Ontario hates New England and Indiana. So does most of the South. Florida, South Carolina, and Virginia hate Indiana and New England. If someone could just connect this Canadian province to the South, I think they'd be able to do it. I think they'd be able to take them down. But without that, I don't know. Do they all hate? Florida kind of likes Indiana, which is strange. South Carolina likes Ontario, but Virginia is on the front lines. That's the thing. So I think we might see some changes here. Oh, is the war over? It is, and most of Kansas has been eaten. New Mexico was released once again. And now there's probably going to be a big battle for central U.S. because all this is really broken up. There's still a few more one provinces. Oh, Georgia's gone. Wow, and I didn't even realize that. They ate up Georgia like that. So you know what? South Carolina will probably go after Tennessee very soon. They already have a claim. So that's only a matter of time. How's Pennsylvania doing? See, I'm sure New England would want to invade Pennsylvania, but they don't want to upset Indiana, their alliance. Anything different going on here in Canada? Not so much. Let's go and check over some of the wars. We are on speed 5, if you didn't notice. So we're going to be going a little bit further. I do need to increase the rate at which this campaign is moving because we have an expansion coming out very soon. So I wanted to kind of get at least to the 1600s would be perfect if we did that. Let's check out Europe after post-Protestant League War. So Iberia is a complete mess. Portugal's still doing okay, but Leon was ripped away from Castile, it looks like. Tuscany having a very good game. So are the Ottomans. The Ottomans doing really well. So are the Mamluks. Oh, Russia has formed too. Bam. Thing about Russia, though, is they need to continue to fight eastward. That's where they're going to have the biggest impact, I think. And Norway seems to be dominating Sweden. Actually, you know, Russia might just go straight through Scandinavia. That's not a bad idea either. Messina doing pretty well so far here along the western sub-Saharan region. And Adal kind of reaching into the Arabian Peninsula. There's a lot of consolidation that's gone on all over the place. Korea looking really good too. Japan has formed, so Japan might be a threat to Hawaii. Not right now, but later on in the campaign for sure, I'm thinking. Do we see any other wars that are going on? South Carolina versus who? Tennessee. Tennessee, they somehow managed to keep up some alliances, Mississippi and Missouri, but I still think the South should be able to eat away at these guys. Alabama's also fighting Mississippi, so that's not going to go too well for Mississippi fighting these two different wars. Yeah, Missouri and Mississippi won't be able to provide much. Florida might even try to reach into Missouri. Now, I believe, no, Alabama has no cores here. Actually, wait a second, they do. That's right, because they reached into northern modern-day Mississippi for a little bit there. For a little bit. Okay, so Missouri is going to, or South Carolina more than likely is going to siege out Tennessee. Bam, that war is over. They didn't even take, that was pretty smart of them, actually. Because Missouri or Mississippi are at no place to be able to defend against the Deep South. Deep South looking way too powerful at the moment. I always, you know what? I've been pronouncing this name wrong. I apologize. I don't know. It's not Arcadiana. It sounds like that, but it's definitely not true. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know. I don't even know. Wait a second. I don't think I made a comment about this. I apologize. North Dakota looks like a province from Canada now. North Dakota has pretty much just become Canada. Good for North Dakota, though, surviving. Very surprised. You know, we at least have one state that looks like they dominate. I mean, Wyoming grabbed one province away from Canada, but for the most part, the Canadians have been dominating the northern U.S. quite easily so far. How's Estado de Mexico doing? They're fighting another war against Sonora. This time, Sonora's fighting it by themselves. Now, wait a second. Where the California alliance is at? Yeah, they dropped it. They dropped the alliance with Sonora. Sonora's going to get eaten up, I think. And I think this is the time where finally Mexico is going to begin to consolidate. So we've got Nevada and Wyoming allied to California. Who doesn't like California? Florida is pretty much the only one. But who's rivaled California? Let's look into that. That's a little bit better. Florida, Estado de Mexico, and Virginia. Wow, that's a pretty far declaration of I guess, rivalry. Declaration of rival. Is that a thing? Is that a word? Am I making that statement correct? I don't think so, but anyways. Castile going after some colonial wars. How's Alabama doing? Alabama's doing really well against Mississippi. They're going to get their cores back, it looks like. I think so. We've got Kansas winning their war against Missouri. Minnesota versus Missouri. So everyone's fighting Missouri, it looks like right now. There's a lot of Mexican wars going on in the South as well. So, yeah, what is Missouri facing? There's just fighting Wyoming and Minnesota in separate wars, of course, though. They're losing against... Oh, and Kansas, too. Now, do Kansas have cores on these lands? I apologize. Oh, that's right, because Kansas was doing really well at one point. This is kind of the last area anymore. Really is kind of the central... I don't even know what this region would be called, like northern Texas area. You know, I know it's not technically the Midwest, I don't believe, but I'd have to look into that a little bit more. Oh, bam. So one war just ended. They were forced to... Wait a second. Where'd they go? Is Missouri dead? Yeah, both of those wars have ended. So Minnesota grabbed something right here along the border of Wyoming and Nevada. That is an interesting border that they grabbed there. Did Kansas take anything? I think they did, but I don't know because some of this stuff was already their cores. I know obviously Oklahoma was released a little bit. Apparently Oklahoma had a core right there. That's strange because Oklahoma's right here. Well, who knows? This game's been going on for a while, and the borders have all been very messy for a long time. How's Estado Mexico doing? The war is not over. They are allied to most of these Mexican states, so they're probably able to... Yep, there they are. They're already moving deep into this territory. And they're dominating it. I should have checked their morale. Why is Estado Mexico doing so well? I really should check on that. Let's check. I mean, do they have... Military tactics are not technically, you know, they're not that amazing. Morale either, and neither are discipline. I guess they just have... They're, you know, very well developed. That could be a thing. They could be in a location in Central America that's well developed, or they've focused on playing tall for a little bit, and they're beginning to snowball. Now, those are all possibilities. Whoa! Okay, so we have a huge war that just broke out in the Deep South. Virginia, South Carolina, and Florida. New Mexico has come to the aid. I'm sorry, New England, not New Mexico. Actually, did New Mexico come to their aid? No, they did not. This is big. Okay, so who's winning this war so far? Right now it's Virginia, Florida, South Carolina, and Michigan. Oh, that's right, Michigan's still around. Forgot about that. I do want to see why this war was declared. Ooh, Minnesota versus Nevada, California, and British Columbia. Uh-oh, Minnesota. Oh, you're going to be in a tough spot, dude. So we've got several big wars going on. The West kind of reaching out more towards the East. Ontario versus... Oh, and Ontario just got involved. So there's no way. They got involved against Virginia. That war just was declared. New England declared the offensive war. New Englander purge of Virginian heresy. Okay. I don't really know what that means. I'm guessing that's a religious dispute, kind of. Something like that. Yeah, so Minnesota was they were the offender in that war. They're the offensive declaration part in that war. That's weird. Why didn't you think that California was going to get called in? And also, is Nevada... Yeah, Nevada's been allied to British Columbia. So those are the alliances so far. The Deep South is a little bit more interesting, especially since Ontario has gotten involved. More than likely, Deep South's going to get pushed very far back, and we might see some big states. Indiana and New England might be huge at some point. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.